Hey, what's up? I'm glad you made it here. This is Roder MMA Bet, and this is arguably the most comprehensive and profitable betting channel advice for MMA fights in YouTube. I have been betting MMA and the UFC for 8+ years with consistent results, and that's what you're going to be getting here. This is a quick intro, and you're going to be seeing some of the results track I'm referring to, the fights breakdown, and how I'm betting the card. Feel free to leverage my strategy, but take it with a grain of salt, as this is your money on the line. If you like this idea, you like what I'm doing here, subscribe to this channel and share with your friends. Enjoy the analysis, let me know your thoughts on the comments sections down below, and good luck with your bets. In the main card for UFC 256, Figueiredo versus Moreno. Guys, if you know my channel, you know how to use this spreadsheet to your best interest, you know what these color codes are. And if you do, if you'd like to skip to the fights breakdown, there are timestamps in the video, in the description, so feel free to click on them and browse to the breakdowns. Just real quick explaining this, these color codes mean my confidence level on the bet, not on the pick necessarily. So in this case, I'm placing a bet in Tucker with a medium confidence level, and the red means it's low confidence level. So I'm betting all of these guys here at this props, right? And this amount of money in each guy. And in terms of results, I'm summing it up just in one chart to make it a little bit easier to read. In general, it has been monthly an average profit of nearly 90%, per event nearly 16%, and overall for 45% profit from July. There are other statistics here, but these I'll be showing with my private VIP group. If you're interested in that, please let me know in the comment section below, and we'll make it work in the future. Alright, so on to the fight breakdowns. Like I said, I'm going to be covering the main card, and we'll be starting off with Junior Dos Santos versus Cyril Gane. This is the old line versus the young. JDS, the guy has a massive experience, you know, he's a former UFC champion, he has nearly 30 fights. The thing that JDS, he's very consistent, but that means also he's a little bit predictable. He's trying lately to improve his game. He's kicking much better than he used to. Doing better job with the leg kicks, but especially with the head kicks. He's now timing that pretty well when opponents comes in. He has pretty big legs, so if he lands a head kick, it's pretty much, you know, nights out to any guy. And JDS, he's a boxer. He's a good boxer. He likes to throw lots of jab. He throws good volume. When he moves back, he uses a lot the left hook. He tries to circle, you know, he's not that easy to hit as well, so he's got a good footwork, good movement, doesn't move the head much, but the feet moves quick. He's also very quick, heavyweight, has a very powerful overhand, so overall very good boxer that's trying to implement heavy head kicks, and he does pretty decent job on the clinch as well. He's not the best, he tries most of the time to break, but he can clinch a little bit as well. Cyril Gane, the guy is very big and very athletic, young guy, 30 years old for a heavyweight, still very young. This guy, I think he's either kickboxing or the Muay Thai champion in France, so he doesn't have that much fights in MMA, but has a lot of fights in the kickboxing. Good tip kicks, powerful leg kicks, you know, he's also very mobile, he's quicker than JDS, which is, you know, very commendable. He also darts in and out, can throw 1-2s, he can fight behind the jab. He also does a very good job on the clinch, better than Cigano. Gane not only with the Muay Thai clinch with the knees, especially, but he also takes guys down with the body lock. He also can be very heavy from top. He goes for chokes, he goes for anacondas, this type of thing, arm triangles. So this guy is quite complete, you know, and he's definitely a prospect, definitely a force in this division. I think most likely this is Gane, you know, keeping his range, trying to fight behind the jab, using lots of long kicks. JDS may try to jab him, try to throw to the body, maybe an overhand here and there. But Gane has experience on the striking, that's why I'm favoring him. But I wouldn't rule JDS totally out of this, and the reason is that JDS, he tries to throw good volume. Cyril Gane, he's more like, he can throw volume, you know, but his thing is that he likes to fight in a long range, at his range, and he's fairly busy until he explodes, you know. When these guys explode, he's really dangerous, you know, he can put anyone out, and he definitely can put JDS out if he explodes and lands. But I do see a chance that this is gonna be somehow a slow-paced fight. JDS also has experience, you know, to make this his fight, So there is some questions still on Cyril Gane. That's why I'm not totally confident on Gane. Even though I'm picking him, I think he can win this most likely by decision, But in terms of bet, I think JDS actually is worth some money here. You guys find the spreadsheet. I'm betting 1.5% of my money on JDS because, like I said, I think he can make this, his type of fight. He can, throw strikes in the middle of the octagon. He can even land a little bit more to the body, work something to the head. So he can be busy enough to try to edge a decision. Could be a close fight, That's why I'm actually betting JDS in a very small bet, Also, JDS by decision is not a bad bet, but if you want to gain, go check out the TKO prop bet, maybe on plus 600. I think it's nearly impossible to find this, but gain by decision, I think is the most likely scenario. So definitely take a look into this prop bet as well, as I will do myself. Kevin Holland versus Ronaldo Souza. Guys, I got quite surprised when I saw the betting odds for this one, and then afterwards I kind of agree a little bit, which is interesting. I was thinking that Ronaldo Souza, he would be maybe the favorite here, but the thing is that Holland, he proven himself quite well in the UFC. The guy is, he's not only super long and tall, but he uses his range very nicely. Let's say most of the time, like 80% of the time he's there using the range. He has decent power. He's got good kicks. He's got an overall complete game. He can be busy on the outside. This guy also is super tough to hit, When he comes forward, there's a chance that he gives to his opponent because he's still making some mistakes when he moves forward way too much sometimes, leave openings and himself exposed, kind of crashes distance when he wouldn't need to. But the thing that this guy is quite complete, and the question about Souza at this point of his career, he's still a force in the division, even being 40 years old. He's not like Raul Romero, like he's better now than he was when he was 20, but still he's still very strong. This guy is definitely an elite athlete, so he's there to fight. But the thing is that he has such a massive disadvantage in terms of height and reach. And Souza, he does a good job with the hands. He has good power. He lands some bombs, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to land on Holland unless Holland comes forward, which I think not going to happen, at least not often. Now the question will be how well Holland can defend those takedowns, and I think he can defend pretty nicely, Also, I'm not sure how much Souza will be able to force the issue there on the takedowns, his output at this point of his career, So there are some questions to this fight. That's why I'm picking Holland by decision. I'm thinking that this is most likely because I think he's going to be able to stuff the takedowns and fight on the outside. But my bet actually is on Souza. I would like to get him at plus 170. Now it's plus 140. I'm not sure the line going to climb up until this point. But still, if it's a bet, going to be on Souza, definitely not on Holland, because as good as he is and as confident as he is, I think Souza has such a elite level experience in such this powerful top BJJ game that it's really difficult to roll these guys out. Now in terms of prop bet, this may actually be more interesting if you can get any of these prop bets that I put. I think Holland by decision is definitely a good prop bet if you can get it plus 400. I think it's a very good, very likely scenario. Rafael Fiziev versus Renato Moicano Carneiro. Guys, this is a very tough fight to call. Fiziev, not elite, let's put it, great Muay Thai. He likes to dart in and out. He has a Muay Thai, but it's not the style that flat-footed style. He has more relaxed style where he bounces around the octagon until he explodes. But he also can hold his ground. He can throw some bombs like overhand, left hooks. He has powerful kicks, especially the switch kick is just nasty. He can also go to the head. He can go volume, he can put pressure on guys. He also does a good job. He does a good job on the clinch as well with the knees. He can, foot sweep, take guys down as well. He's not gonna do this against Moicano, but still he's like a complete fighter. The thing that Fiziev, he's still primarily a striker, and he's not the biggest guy for the division, especially in terms of height. He has a good output, has good power, but he's not like super, thick. He has some muscles, but not super thick, not super big on the muscle part, and he's not tall for the division. At least he's 5'8". Now Moicano, He's coming up from featherweight, not this fight, the previous was also, but still he used it to be a featherweight. But the guy is very tall. I think he's either 6 foot, either 5'11", probably 5'11". Has very long limbs, or 5'10", I'm not sure. Has very long limbs. He has power himself, but on the feet he likes a lot on the left hook. He likes to throw, the right hand behind it, and the leg kicks. This is the thing. This is what he likes to do. Now Carneiro, and also his best part of his game is hands down his BJJ. If he can get this to the ground, most likely he can finish Fiziev. He's a great back taker. Carneiro is. He's super good on the chokes, especially on the rear nakeds. He really goes to the back very fast. He's difficult to take off. Has very long legs, so he can grab on you and stay on you. He's deceptively strong also. He's quite wiry, but he has very strong grips. So I'm back and forth on this one, guys. I started by picking Moicano, then I had Fiziev, then I had Moicano again. So I'll be sticking with Moicano by decision, but I'm totally not confident in this pick. I think in terms of a bet, I'm putting like 1% of my money on Moicano because I think it's a pick 'em fight, and now I get him at plus 120. So I think there's some value there, but this is really it's quite a risky bet. That's why I'm putting also very little money on this. But I definitely see Rafael Fiziev being able to push Carneiro back and staying busy, landing more, especially to the body. Fiziev goes to the body, which I think he will. Carneiro is very, susceptible to body shots. He feels the body shots, so definitely Fiziev can win this one, either by decision, either by TKO. Alright, so also take a look at these prop bets, and good luck. Charles Oliveira versus Tony Ferguson. Oliveira, he's that guy that he likes to put pressure on guys, both on the feet. He likes to march down, but I think that this guy's not the biggest lightweight. He carries that chin so high, and he has been TKO'd before. He still didn't fix that. He marches down like, gets inside and throws bombs, he has good power. But his chin is exposed, very much. Chin very up, so that's my concern about Oliveira. But after that, he puts lots of pressure on guys. This guy has great cardio, and his BJJ is elite. I think it's the best BJJ in the lightweight division, at least, hands down. If not the best, maybe technically, but I think it is. But still, this guy is a finisher. He's so powerful on those chokes. He also goes for a nasty leg lock. He explodes really a lot on the ground. So he's super dangerous, Oliveira is really definitely a finisher. He's also got power, like I said, so he wears guys down on the feet, putting lots of pressure, landing his bombs, and then when guys get tired, he chooses how he wants to finish the guy, Now, Tony Ferguson is the guy to beat Oliveira, because if Ferguson at his best, he has such a massive cardio, the resistance and the will of this guy is just ridiculous as well, he's got more power here, he's the bigger guy. But I think that Tony Ferguson, to me, he didn't show up against Justin Gaethje. I found that fight quite weird. He was trying to be more technical, staying on the outside, but he somehow got kind of picked apart and didn't throw back too much. Also didn't go, forward the way he used it to do. If we're gonna do this against Oliveira, I'm not sure he's gonna win this fight. I think if he implements this style now, I would actually favor Oliveira, because if Oliveira gonna march him down and Ferguson not gonna sit his ground to use his physical skills to land on Oliveira's chin. I think Oliveira can hurt him and shoot and finish Ferguson. But still, I'll be riding with Ferguson because I think I'm counting Ferguson to show up as he used to. And I think if he at his best, Ferguson can win this fight. He's the longer guy. He's gonna be able to somehow keep the range. If when Oliveira comes forward, he can throw those powerful, weird things that Ferguson does, like those left hooks or jumping kind of stuff, And I think Ferguson is so explosive himself, so big guy to hold down. It's tough to hold him down. But the thing is, he has to fight. If he somehow tries to go technical against Oliveira, he's gonna lose this fight. Also, in terms of bets, I'm picking Ferguson by TKO. In terms of bet, take a look on these props here. They may be worse. Just see if there's some value there. Deiveson Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno in the main event. Awesome fight, guys. I'm happy that the flyweight division is back, on the popular eyes. It's never out of my eyes, at least. I really love the flyweights, because these guys are super technical, and they are so active, So as an experienced fan, as a better, a guy that has clinic eyes for the techniques and stuff, to me this is always exciting fights in the flyweight division. Not always, but most of the time. Now, guys, the way I see this, I'm making a pick here and a prediction that I think Moreno is going to come quite emotional in this fight, because Figueiredo, he provokes a lot, and Moreno, he has this Mexican, Latin American blood, and I've seen in previous fights that he got a little bit emotional in the fight, so it's very dangerous against Figueiredo, and I think Figueiredo going to somehow get through his head, And I think if Moreno fights the way he fought his last fight, which he was brawling more than he should against the Brandon Moreno, he was kind of throwing wild hooks, It was kind of weird to see Moreno fighting that way. And if he does against Figueiredo, he's gonna get TKO'd. It's almost sure, because Figueiredo has just this nasty power. He's such a huge guy for a flyweight. He's got great power, and Figueiredo has got also great technique. He doesn't throw much on the feet, but when he goes, this guy really can finish anyone in this division, Plus, he's a difficult guy to hold down. He has a good technique on the ground himself, so it's a very tough fight for Moreno. If Moreno gonna win here, he's gonna have to use his technique, and he use lots of volume against Figueiredo, maybe using, leg kicks, fighting behind the jab, mixing it up, make Figueiredo, worried about his takedowns and whatnot. But I don't think Moreno gonna have the clear mind for this. I think he's gonna try to come to, bang with Figueiredo, and he's gonna get TKO. That's my prediction for this fight. So it's Figueiredo by TKO. If you like Moreno, I would say go for a decision, because there's very few chance that Moreno can finish Figueiredo. And if there's like a prop bet on Moreno, like plus 500, like I'm putting here, it's definitely worth it in my opinion, okay? Guys, just to reinforce, these are not recommendations, this is just plays that I'm making, and if you want to follow them, take it at your own risk. Just to wrap this up, fights that we covered and I'm betting here. I'm betting Figueiredo. I forgot to mention that I'm throwing less than 1% because it's so steep line, I can say that it's a risky bet, that's why I'm putting, such a few, but I'm parlaying Figueiredo. I think he gets it done. Oliveira versus Tony Ferguson, I'm not betting this fight, I would bet maybe Oliveira if he climbs to plus 170, something like this, but I'm not sure gonna reach to these numbers. Moicano versus Fiziev. Actually, I placed a bet myself on Moicano. I'm not putting it here, but yeah, I already placed this bet, but I'm not sure if I would put for you guys, as a way here. So, I think the best is skip this fight, or take super small bet on Moicano if you want to risk it. Holland versus Ronaldo Souza. Like I said, it's a small bet on Souza. In my opinion, this guy has such a massive experience. Even though I'm picking Holland, I think somehow he has more chances to win, especially a decision, keeping him on the outside, maybe a close fight. But Souza definitely has a chance. JDS, I like him at plus, how much is this? Plus 350. I'm throwing 2% of my money. Why? Because I'm still not totally convinced that Gane gonna have this very effective style. If we're gonna explode on JDS, he can definitely TKO JDS, but I think there's a chance that this somehow becomes a technical fight on the outside, and there is a good chance for JDS in this case. Alright? Guys, the rest of the fights I'll be covering in another video. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please subscribe. If you have interested in my future private list, let me know in the comment section below. And until the next time, this is Robert Bet, bringing the best, most consistent and transparent betting strategy for you.